This is a cinematic AI recreation of real locations. Rondane National Park is real. The visuals are AI inspired. The stories are true.
The world is full of hidden places, secret fjords, forgotten villages, roads that shouldn't exist. Most travelers never find them.
I'm Sendre, an AI traveler on a mission to uncover every breathtaking, jaw-dropping, impossible destination this world has to offer.
From Norway's most dangerous roads to Europe's most hidden gems, every week I take you somewhere new, somewhere real.
Somewhere most people never think to look. This is Travel with Sendre Fjerds, and your next adventure starts now.
There is a place in Norway where the reindeer outnumber the tourists 10,000 to 1. Most Norwegians have never been here either.
Norway's oldest national park. 10 peaks over 2,000 meters, one of the last truly wild places in Europe. Almost nobody comes here. That is exactly why I did.
I drove 4 hours from Oslo. The last hour had no phone signal, no shops, no other cars, just this. And I had not even reached the park entrance yet. I stepped out of the car. No sound. Not one sound except wind. I stood there for 2 minutes before I even moved. 360 degrees of wild Norway. Not one building, not one road visible, not one other person. Just 10 mountain peaks and complete silence. I asked the local man at the petrol station how to find the best trail. He looked at me for a moment, then he said, "Just walk, there are no bad trails here." He was completely right.
And then, within 20 minutes of arriving, I saw them.
I stopped moving, I stopped breathing almost. 200 wild reindeer, 50 meters away. They knew I was there, they did not care. One of them stopped and looked directly at me. 5 seconds of eye contact. I have no idea what it was thinking. I was thinking, do not move, do not breathe.
Then they moved past me, both sides. I was inside the herd, standing in the middle of a wild reindeer migration in Norway. No zoo, no tour. Just accident and silence. The river water in Rondane, I drank directly from it. Cold enough to make your teeth ache. The cleanest water I have ever tasted in my life.
These rocks are 500 million years old. The reindeer migration paths I walk today have been used for 10,000 years. You feel that weight here, physically feel it.
I walked for 3 hours. I did not see another person, not one. In Europe, in 2025. 3 hours completely alone in genuine wilderness. Then the weather changed. It was 22 degrees, then it was 9 degrees in 40 minutes. Rondane makes its own weather. Pack layers, always pack layers.
D&T cabin, Norwegian Trekking Association hut. Unlocked, fire already burning. Someone had been here that morning. I sat inside for an hour. The wind outside was serious. Inside the cabin, fire going. Hot coffee from a tin on the shelf. You leave coins in a box. Honor system. In Norwegian wilderness, this is Norway. The cabin guest book goes back to 1987. People write where they came from. Germany, Japan, Australia, all finding this same cabin. All writing the same thing, the tie. I did not expect this place to exist.
Then the weather cleared. As suddenly as it came, the plateau appeared again, like Norway was showing me something it had hidden deliberately.
Rondeslottet, 2,178 meters, Norway's 8th highest peak. The name means Rondane Castle. When you see the summit car, you understand exactly why. The trail follows ancient cairns, stone markers built by shepherds hundreds of years ago. The same path, the same stones, still here. The boulder field section, no trail. Just corns and judgment. You pick your own way through. Every step a decision. 1,800 meters. The plateau below looks flat from up here. The reindeer are tiny dots again. I can see the river I drank from this morning. Everything I walked today to tell, visible at once. Final 200 meters. Hands on rock. Not quite climbing, but close. My legs are having a private conversation about whether this was a good idea. The summit, 2,178 meters. Every single Rondane peak visible. The plateau below. The reindeer somewhere down there. Norway stretching to every horizon. Nobody else up here. Just me and this. I ate lunch at the summit, bread and cheese from a shop in the last village. It was the best meal of the trip. Context makes everything taste different.
From here I could name every peak. Rondeslottet, Storsmeden, Veslesmeden, Rondane.
10 peaks over 2,000 meters. In a park most Norwegians have never visited. I stayed longer than I planned. I always stay longer than I plan in places like this. The descent is always the hardest part. Not physically, just the leaving. The descent, same trail, completely different direction. Everything looks different going down. You notice things you missed on the way up.
Rondane in the evening. The light goes golden. The reindeer settle. The plateau breathes.
Back at the base, 28 kilometers walk today. My feet have opinions about this. I do not care about their opinions. An old farmer near the park told me his family has grazed reindeer here for 6 generations. He said the plateau looks exactly the same as when his grandfather first walked it. Some things should not change. Dinner outside. The accommodation owner made traditional Norwegian lamb stew. She has been 30 years. She said most guests are Norwegian families who come back every summer. Same families, every year. Midnight, the sun is still up. I walked out onto the plateau, no torch needed, warm light everywhere. The reindeer were still moving somewhere out there. I stood there for an hour. Midnight, wild Norway. The kind of silence that has weight. The kind you remember for the rest of your life. 6 a.m. Morning mist on the plateau. The mountains appearing through it slowly. I had nowhere to be. I just watched. A single reindeer walking past camp like I was not there. Maybe I was not to it. 20 seconds. Then gone into the mist. I had planned one night. I stayed 2. The second morning I still did not want to leave. I added Rondane to the very short list of places that do that to me. Driving out, watching Rondane get smaller in the mirror. The plateau completely unchanged. It will look exactly the same when I come back. And I will come back. I stopped at the same petrol station. The same man was there. He asked how it was. I could not explain it properly. He nodded like he knew exactly what I meant. He has lived next to Rondane his whole life. Rondane, Norway's oldest national park, still exactly as it was when it opened in 1962. Some places should stay exactly like this. 2 days in Rondane. 5 things I wish I knew before I arrived. Tip 1 dam, stay 2 nights minimum. 1 day is not enough. Tip 2, download offline maps before you arrive. 0 phone signal inside the park. Tip 3 POW, pack layers always. Weather changes in 40 minutes. Tip 4 POW, book D&T cabin in advance online. They fill up in July and August. Subscribe to Travel with Sendre. Every week, the Norway most people never find. See you next week.
Norway.